Are you ready to unlock the secrets of content creation success and level up your YouTube game? Well, you're about to embark on an epic journey through the digital realm where creativity meets strategy and where you'll discover the 5 game-changing tips that can turn your channel into a content powerhouse. So buckle up, creators, because today we're diving headfirst into the dynamic world of content creation mastery. Now, in this video, we are simply going to cover the very surface level activities of content creation. This is definitely not a deep dive. I do a much deeper dive into this in my Patreon community. So if you're interested in that, I have linked to it in the description box below, or you can find it in the link in my bio. So let's jump right into these 5 tips. So tip number 1 is you want to know your audience's temperature. First things first, it is crucial, absolutely crucial to understand where your audience stands in terms of their readiness to engage with your content. And so you want to picture it like a temperature gauge. Is your audience at the cold temperature, warm temperature, or hot temperature? And wherever they are, you need to create content that resonates with them to take them further along the customer journey. So let's take a look at the 3 type of audience members that you can have, and let's take a look at the type of content that's going to resonate with them to continue to take them along that customer journey. And so in the first area, we have your cold audience. Now, your content for your cold audience should build brand awareness, right? And so these are going to be people who don't know who you are, they don't know what you do, and your job is to share your skills, knowledge, talents, and areas of expertise to show them who you are and to show them how they can help you and to make them aware of your brand. And then the next audience type is going to be your warm audience members. And so this builds a brand relationship. And so as they move from being part of your cold audience to engaging with your content more, potentially subscribing to your channel, they might have opted in for your freebie, they are now part of your warm audience. And so you want to help build a relationship with them because sales are always about relationships these days. And so you want to know that when you produce that type of content, it is to build a relationship with someone who was previously part of your cold audience. Now, after they have been your warm audience for a while, they might move into being your hot audience. And so your hot audience are going to be people who are ready to purchase your digital product or your service, right? And so these people are ready to go. They have buy-in, they trust you, they have developed what's called the know, like, and trust factor. And so your goal with your content for your hot audience is to help them overcome objections. And so you might be asking, what are objections? Well, whenever you have a person who is part of your hot audience, they're ready to purchase, they know they need this particular thing that you have because they're desiring a transformation in their life. It could be a small transformation, it could be a huge transformation. It's just merely based on the type of digital product that you are utilizing to help produce this transformation that they're seeking, right? And so when this happens, yeah, they're going to know they need your digital product, but sometimes they're not always still going to be ready to buy. They're going to have some objections. And so some common objections you might see if you have a weight loss program, right? We're not going to get into the whole weight loss thing, but say for instance, you do health and wellness, right? And so you have something that you can help them with achieve a goal. Well, they might come back and say, oh, I don't have time. Another common objection is money. If your digital product is on the pricier side of things, you're going to get some people who say, I don't have the money, right? And we're not going to get too deep into pricing right here, but just know that pricing can definitely be an objection for your potential client or customer. Now, it is not your job to lower the price. The price is the price, right? And you should be pricing based on the value that they've obtained, the level of transformation they've obtained. So if they have a small transformation, maybe you simply teach them a breathing technique to help them with their anxiety. And so you sell a $3 PDF that takes them through this technique, right? And this is all hypothetical. That's going to be very different than showing someone how to save $10,000 in their business, right, on taxes, right? So maybe maybe we have a CPA who creates a digital course and they can help business owners save approximately $10,000 a year in taxes. Well, that is huge. So that digital product is probably going to be way more expensive because of the value you get from it and the value you'll continue to get from it over the years, right? And so you're going to have a hot audience, they're going to have objections, and your content is to help them overcome those objections. And so essentially your cold audiences are new to your content, so focus on introducing yourself and creating curiosity. Warm audiences are familiar with you, so provide more value and insights. And hot audiences are your loyal fans, so you can dive into advanced topics and engage in deeper conversations to help them overcome their objections. Tip number 2 is you want to know the 3 essential types of content. So just as there's 3 temperatures to your audience, there are 3 types of content that you can develop to help meet them where they are. And so let's take a look at these 3 types of content. And so I like to call this content creation pathway number 1. Now, there are other content creation pathways as we get into the more advanced content creation topics. I do not teach this here on YouTube. That is taught inside of my Patreon community, the Social Work Mogul community. But in this video, we are simply going to cover this first pathway. And so there are 3 major types of content that will be a staple of your digital online business. And so what is the first one? Well, that's going to be your evergreen content, right? And so evergreen content, it attracts your ideal client or your target audience. So let's go back to your cold audience. This is going to be the thing that attracts that cold audience, right? Another thing that's great about evergreen content is it lives on in perpetuity. So this is going to typically be your how-to content or your searchable content. And when we talk about searchable content, this is a deeper YouTube technique. Again, something I do cover in the Patreon community. But how-to videos can live on in perpetuity. So in my last video, I talked about a barbecue grill video that I go to every single time that I buy a Weber grill, right? So I buy a Weber grill probably every 3, we'll say to 4 years, because I'm rough on grills. I'm rough on them, but every 3 to 4 years. And so every 3 to 4 years, I go back to this video that I have saved, right? And I watched this video on how to put this Weber grill together. This video is probably now 9 or 10 years old. It lives on in perpetuity. Weber grills have not changed. They have not changed since I've been a child. You put them together the same way every time. Why I still have to use the video, I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. So this video, 10 years old, still getting views, millions and millions of views from what it had when I first watched it years ago, right? This is living on in perpetuity. That video could probably still last another 10 years. He may update it just to have an updated version. And so this is your evergreen content. People may not find this particular content creator for anything else other than they search to learn how to put together a Weber grill. Now, on his channel, is the bulk of his channel putting together barbecue grills? Absolutely not. His channel is all about cooking food. And I'll link to his channel in the description box below. I believe it's AB. Anyway, he's all about cooking food. But to cook food, sometimes he cooks on this barbecue grill. Smart dude. And he put together a video that shows you how to put it together. He's very smart because he is aware that that video is an evergreen video. Someone's always going to be searching on how to put a Weber grill together. That video will attract a target audience member, so somebody who's grilling, to his channel, and they might look up some of his recipes where he's grilling on this grill, cooking certain recipes. I know that's what I did. That's how I found him. I found him through this video, but then I started to dig into his other content. And so your evergreen content can create a steady stream of leads for your business. And this guy, I bought his cookbook, his digital product. I bought it. And so the method, the blueprint, it really works. The next type of content is going to be your deep dive content. And so this content helps you build a relationship. Now, If it's building a relationship, and we covered the audience temperatures in the previous segments of this video, then you would know that this is your warm audience content, right? And so this content can separate you from the competition. It makes you more relatable. And so deep dive content can deep dive into a number of things. It can deep dive into your life. It can deep dive into the back end of your business. It can show behind the scenes. It can even deep dive into a topic, right? So if I wanted to, I could deep dive into YouTube on the videos I produce here. If I wanted to, I could deep dive into content creation, right? And I will have more content creation videos to help you out on this journey, but just know that you can deep dive into these things. Now, me personally, my deep dive content is typically my vlog. It just takes you behind the scenes. It comes behind the camera, literally, and you can kind of see what's going on in my life, what's going on in my world, the things I'm doing right. This is why it makes you more relatable. I have a video out here where I made the video in my bonnet. So stuff like that makes you real to people. You're not showing up as perfect, and because we live in an imperfect world. We are imperfect people. We are imperfect entrepreneurs. And so it's important for you to show up as your authentic self in your authentic space. You see me talk about it in this video when I talked about why I'm living in my old ass house, and I create videos in this old ass house because you want to be authentic, right? It really truly makes you more relatable, more likable. Sometimes it makes you be disliked, and that's not a bad thing, because if you can weed out the people who are not for you, that helps you create space for people who are for you, right? So everybody's not going to be for you, and you don't want them to be. Everybody's not your ideal client, right? We've all had nightmare clients, so everybody's not your ideal client. And because this is your business and not community mental health, they do not have to like you. They can simply move on. And if you can create content that can help them with that, then so be it, because that content, that deep dive content, can either make them skedaddle or it can make them like you more. And that's what you want to focus on. The people who start to like you and become more invested in you once they start to see your deep dive content. Then we have the third type of content, which is going to be your objection content. And as you know, your hot audience has a ton of objections sometimes. And so your objection content addresses fears. It highlights the self-induced barriers that people put on themselves, right? And so this is important. It helps them. Your content should be helping them get over those barriers, and your content should be helping that person take action, right? So it should address their fears head on, and then you should be able to help them overcome those fears through that content, right? And that way it can help them take action so they can obtain that transformation that they're seeking much faster, right? And so these three types of content are super important. It's important that you know them, and they are essential to your YouTube channel. And so again, evergreen content has a long shelf life. Those are going to be tutorials or how-to videos. Is that tutorials? Yes, I think that's a better pronunciation. And then we have deep dive content, which delves into specific topics, showcasing your expertise. And then finally, we have objection content, which addresses common concerns and doubts, which helps you build trust with your audience. So tip number 3, you want to create click-worthy titles for your videos. So when it comes to content creation mastery, this is part of the process, your titles. Now, the kid was not good at this at first. It takes some work. It takes some work to learn. And I'm going to be honest, ChatGPT definitely made it easier, but you can't just rely solely on ChatGPT to come up with your titles. You really need to hone this skill. You need to work at it. And let me tell you, you're not going to master it in a year. You may not even master it in 2 years. It is literally going to take some time. And I am a proponent of trying to master it as much as possible and then using ChatGPT to fill in, right? Or to make it more succinct or to help refine what you've already come up with. And so Your click worthy titles are super important and you must master these. Just remember that your title is your content's first impression, so you have to make it count. So you want to keep it concise, intriguing, and relevant. You want to use power words and numbers to spark curiosity. And remember, your title should accurately represent your content to avoid disappointing viewers. You do not want to have clickbait titles, because clickbait titles ensures that people will click right off of your video when they go into it, and you don't want that happening. Because when someone clicks on your video, so first of all, let's talk about these metrics, which we will cover in the next video in the training. But two important metrics, if I can talk, are going to be your click-through rate. So this is going to be how many people see the video and choose to click on it if they don't know who you are, right? So your click-through rate is important, and then your watch time is also important. And you want people to at least stay past the 30-second marks, right? So you want more than 50% of the people who click on your video to stay past that 30-second mark. And guess what? If you create a clickbaity title, as soon as they click in and see that the title is in no way, shape, or form related to the actual content, they're going to be out of there. And if that takes 5 or 6 seconds, it is going to kill your watch time, right? So do not do that. Always operate under best practices when it comes to YouTube and creating content. The next thing, the fourth tip, is going to be you have to optimize your YouTube descriptions when you're creating content. So think of it as being time to jazz up those video descriptions. They're literally not just for show. They impact your video's discoverability. So you want to include relevant keywords to enhance the search visibility. You want to summarize your content to give viewers a taste of what's to come. And then don't forget to add links in the description box so you can invite them off of the platform. This is how you're able to get them on your email list. This is how you're able to nurture them on your email list. And we will talk more about email lists in a later video. I did talk about email lists in this video right here, so you can check it out. But I do have another video coming up that's going to dig a little deeper into that email strategy, right? And so when you get them on your email, when you get your potential ideal clients on your email, you have time to nurture them through email sequences and just speaking with them, right? All of this creates extra engagement and helps you take your customer along that customer journey that I'm always talking about on this channel. And then finally, tip number 5, you want to indulge in the power of batch recording. And so when we talk about the magic of batch recording, we're really talking about filming multiple videos at one time. Instead of filming one video at a time, you really want to consider recording multiple videos in one sitting. This improves your efficiency, definitely improves your consistency, because you're not running week to week to try and create these videos, and it frees up your schedule for other tasks. Plus, when you're in the zone, you will find that your content just flows more seamlessly this way. And a great way to get into the zone is to do multiple videos at a time, right? Because once you start recording, you do get into a flow, and you can literally just channel that energy through a couple of hours of you recording batched content. So for me, what does this look like? It looks like me recording 4 videos in one day, right? I don't edit these videos in one day. That's not what's going down. We're literally just getting them recorded, right? And so now I'm sending my videos off to an editor that I hired on Fiverr. If you're editing your own content, you will do this at a later time. You just simply want to get them recorded. Now, a great way to batch record, and I do have a deeper video on this in my Patreon community, but a great way to batch record is to simply wear the same bottoms if you're only going to be talking head video, and you can switch out your shirts, right? If you are going to create videos where it might capture your entire body, then do neutrals. I always tell people do neutrals: black pants, white top, black pants, black top, maybe jeans, white top, black top, right? This is literally how my wardrobe is made up in the winter, right? So I have black pants, white top, black top, jeans, white top, black top. I keep it very simple so I'm not thinking or overthinking what I'm going to wear. Plus, this helps maintain a consistent tone across your videos. So batch recording is key. And so there you have it, social work content creators, 5 tips to take your content creation to the next level. From understanding your audience's temperature to mastering the art of click-worthy titles, optimizing descriptions, and embracing batch recording, these strategies will supercharge your content and help you build a thriving community. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Remember to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be sure to share these tips with someone who'll find them helpful. Keep creating. And until next time, this is your girl Michelle saying, stop waiting. The time is now. Start your social work digital online business. Bye for now.